It's a chilly night with wind chills approaching 30 below zero for some. Looks like south winds will warm things up. A warmer day tomorrow and snow in the forecast. Measurable snow. Details tonight.
You may be sliding over to make room for those underage in North Dakota bars and restaurants that serve alcohol.
Toyota will be digging deep to pay off a judgment surrounding a deadly crash almost 20 years ago. And planning for the future of their teams. Reaction from area college football coaches to signing day 2015.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
People in this part of the country enjoy a cool one every now and then. And in the near future, when you go out for that tall sip, you could very well end up sitting next to someone much younger. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. The North Dakota legislature is looking at a bill to allow anyone under the age of 21 to be in a bar or restaurant serving alcohol.
Now, Valley News Team's Christina Craig talked with some local bar owners to see how this would affect their business.
I mean, if I went to a bar and it was 21 and up normally, I think it'd be a little strange. I think it would more change the atmosphere for certain places that only allow 21 and up. Like I said, we're 100% family friendly, so it wouldn't. I don't think it would change a whole lot for us.
Jesse Shanalak manages Lucky's 13 Pub, a family restaurant. Shanalak says all too often, kids determine what time a family eats and believes this bill could benefit young families.
The idea behind the law isn't to just solely allow minors to be able to enter that bar. It's really, it's the family, it's the mom and dad and two children that want to go for dinner in their community, and their community may only happen to have one establishment where they can eat out at that also happens to be a bar.
The bill would allow any underage person to enter and stay in an establishment at the owner's discretion if that person is accompanied by a guardian over the age of 21. Other provisions include the underage person must also be there to eat a meal and must leave by 9 p.m.
There's a lot of drinking going on in certain bars that make their money off selling alcohol, so I mean, that could get a little hairy.
Senator Casper says the bill was drafted more so for rural communities. He says smaller towns have fewer options and have businesses that serve food and alcohol. Casper says passage of the bill would give families in these communities a place to go grab a bite to eat. In Fargo, Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
So far, there hasn't been any opposition to this bill, and it remains in a Senate committee.
Maple Valley school officials want their communities to come together as a criminal investigation continues into alleged election tampering. The allegations come in the wake of last month's failed $10 million bond issue vote. There were reports of people inside and outside of one polling place who were trying to sway voters. North Dakota Century Code says that you're not allowed to persuade voters within 100 feet of a polling location. The investigation is only a few weeks old, but the district is already looking to the future.
We already are talking about putting a second ballot measure out to the people. So regardless of what happens with this investigation, we are moving forward as a school district looking to see what we can do to get it passed the second time.
The bond issue was defeated by only 10 votes.
Some North Dakota lawmakers want to help those who have college debt. The average college student has $30,000 in student loans. A House bill would allow people who graduated from college and are North Dakota residents with a full-time job to refinance their loans with a zero interest rate at the Bank of North Dakota. The bill faces stiff opposition, though, from none other than the Bank of North Dakota. The bank says the bill would impact their administrative costs, and the legislature has already tied up half of the bank's profit for other projects in the biennium.
It has nothing to do with being greedy. It has everything to do with being prudent and saying, this is how much we can afford to spend. And the legislature is asking us to step up with the transfer of our earnings, and that's what we're doing. So they need to, set their priorities.
Lawmakers say the next step for the student loan interest rate bill is a House vote on Friday.
More information is expected Monday surrounding the murder of an 18-year-old NDSU student. Moorhead police tell us the final autopsy report on Tom Beerson is back from the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's office. Police have scheduled a Monday afternoon news conference. Valley News Live will be there to bring you the details. And if you're looking for background information on this story, go to the website. It's on our homepage at valleynewslive.com.
Did you fill up your tank in the last couple of days? You may have noticed gas prices aren't as cheap as they were just weeks ago. Gas prices in the valley are starting to rise again as current prices are back up to $2.04. According to AAA, gas prices were about 10 cents cheaper just a week ago. That still beats, though, where we were at this time last year, as the average prices this time of the year were at $3.10 a gallon. A federal jury in Minneapolis has ordered Toyota to pay nearly $11 million to the victims of a deadly crash in 2006. The jury determined a design flaw in a 1996 Camry was partially to blame. The verdict also held the driver, Kua-Fong Lee, partially responsible. Lee was convicted of vehicular homicide and had to spend 2 years in prison. Lee testified that he tried to stop, but the car wouldn't slow down. He was released, and reports suggest some Toyota cars had sudden acceleration problems. He later sued, and after the verdict, Lee said his life will never be the same.
No amount of money that will bring my life back, and my life is not the same anymore. And my family is not only my life, but also my family, my relative.
Now Lee and the other crash victims will split this reward.
Rescue workers in Taipei continued to search for missing passengers who were on board a TransAsia plane that crashed into a river in Taiwan yesterday, killing at least 31 people. TransAsia Airways Flight 235 crashed shortly after takeoff from Taipei with 58 people aboard. In an audio recording obtained from Taiwan Civil Aeronautics Administration, the pilot can be heard calling out, "Mayday, Mayday." Engine flame out before contact was lost. But the recording offered no direct clues as to why the plane was in distress. It was the second fatal accident in just over 6 months for that airline. It's also the 7th serious accident in the past 2 decades for TransAsia Airways.
Here's another benefit from our mild winter here. A nationwide survey indicates that more migratory birds have hung around. The latest numbers from the North Dakota Game and Fish Department point to more than 145,000 Canadian geese and mallards spending the winter in North Dakota. While it's not a certainty, the numbers seem to be a good sign for the upcoming hunting season. Students and teachers at West Fargo High School have been given just over $2,000 for wanting to get active, eat healthy, and make a difference in their school and the community. West Fargo was selected from among hundreds of schools across our country aimed at funding for helping them incorporate sustainable health and wellness improvements in the school. The high school plans to use the funds by adding healthy options like milk, juice, and fruit smoothies to concession stands and to purchase a cooler on wheels for inside events and soft-sided portable coolers for outdoor events.
Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. The state government in Minnesota is shelling out big bucks to entice improvements at nursing homes. It means $17 million across the state over the next 3 years. The money will flow through a Department of Human Services program, and under this program, nursing homes sign contracts to earn higher payments for implementing projects that are designed to make improvements in key areas. The program will impact most facilities, including many in our area.